So good morning, everybody. I am Janine Joy. I'm the president and CEO of United Way. We are so happy you're here to join us for our coffee chat today. This series is actually, we're doing short meetings where we're going to give you a brief overview of one of our programs, share the results and the impact that they're having on the community, give you insight into what is coming up, and hopefully you're going to leave feeling great. You're going to feel great all day because you got to hear about this wonderful program that we have in our community. Today, we're going to be talking about Beesley's Paw Prints and the Reunite program. We're very fortunate today to have Carol Beesley, who is actually the founder of the program. And before we get into any other details, I just want to let you know that we will finish on time today. We'll make sure that we are done by 9 a.m. So with that, I would like to introduce Priska, who is the program manager of the Reunite and the Beesley's Paw Prints program, as well as Madison Mitchell, who's here as well with the community impact. All right, Priska, take it away.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today. The first program that I'm going to talk about is one that is very important to the people of our community. And it's a program called the Reunite Program, and it is a collaborative that we have with Lee County Sheriff's Office. And we focus on those that are at high risk to wander due to cognitive concerns, whether it's Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, or it could even be for children with Downs or autism. We don't turn anyone away. So even, if you have a child that, just kind of loses track of where he is, we would love to include them in our program. The Reunite is a free voluntary program. It is offered in Lee, Hendry, and Glades County at this moment because we do have a collaboration with those sheriff's offices as well. So when someone goes missing, I'm just going to go through a scenario real quick. When your loved one is missing, they're going to call 911 and say, my mother is missing. The sheriff's department will then send a squad car out to your home to get, the height, the weight, and those kind of, profiles for the individual that they're looking for. Now, keep in mind, when you call 911, they're going to send a car to you that's closer to you. So that could take a few moments to get to your house. The next thing that they're going to do when they get to your home is they're going to ask for a photograph of the person they're looking for. That also is going to take some time. If they need to get an article of clothing, they'll ask for that. And they'll have 2 bloodhounds and bring one of them with them. And then they will be asking for the clothing, and the dog is going to have to get rid of everyone's scent, whether it's deodorant, laundry detergent, anyone that's touched that article of clothing. And then they will hand it to the dog, and the dog will go out and start and begin searching. All of this that I've just explained could take anywhere from 20, 30 minutes to almost an hour. Time is of the essence when people are missing. So what the Reunite program does is we pre-enroll everyone. So there is an application that has the profile, and we also have a recent picture of the person that's missing or the participant. And we also provide for free a canine evidence scent kit. This scent kit is one that's being used throughout the country and throughout the states. And it's just a little glass jar like this that you keep in your home. And it has a clean, potent scent, and it's good for 10 years, and you're going to keep it in your refrigerator. Now, keep in mind, if the electricity goes off due to storms, you still want to keep it in a cool, dry place in your refrigerator. So let's go back to that scenario again. You're going to call 911. You're going to tell them that your family member is missing, and they are a Reunite member. Immediately, every squad car with Lee County Sheriff's Office has your picture and the profile of the member. Every single officer can now search immediately. That is a huge decrease in time to begin searching for someone. If they need to, they're going to send, again, the dogs over to your home. They're going to ask you for your scent kit. You'll hand it to the officer. He opens the jar because it's sealed, gives it to the bloodhound, and they're on their way. Now, this is such an incredible program because it does reduce the time. What I didn't factor in there with you is most people, when they have someone missing, they're not going to pick up the phone immediately and call 911. They're going to start looking around themselves. They're going to look around the yard. They're going to look around the neighborhood. The other fear that people have is they don't want to be judged because I've let my child and he's missing. What kind of a parent am I? Or I'm supposed to be watching my mother and she's gone. So you have all of these factors in there. So time is one of the biggest obstacles when it comes to trying to find someone that's been missing. Lee County Sheriff's does a great job. They have 2 bloodhounds, Maggie and Mercy. They have 28 drones, 3 that can go underwater. They have a helicopter and they have infrared cameras that assist in locating people that have wandered away. So it's a great program and we really are trying to enroll people. At this particular point in time, we have 243 people that are enrolled in our program. Our grant has asked us to do 300 in 3 years. So you can see that we've really been out to the community to try to get this program up and running. Just a couple of statistics. Florida is number 2 to California in the number of people in our community that have been diagnosed with some sort of dementia or Alzheimer's. 6 in 10 will wander off the first time. So you see the silver alerts, and the silver alerts are usually someone who is in a vehicle. So you're able to kind of track them. You have a license plate, you have a vehicle description, but many others will wander off on foot. For children, the statistic is it used to be 1 in 100 children will be diagnosed with autism. Now it's 1 in 54 and it's climbing. Children are exceptionally difficult to find because depending on their degree in autism or their level, they may hide. They may be fearful of people looking for them. They like to be in small places. And one of the biggest places that they go is to water. 82% of autistic children that have gone missing are found in the water. So it's very, very important to have this program in our community. The scent kits are, like I said, they're all over the news. And just a couple of stories for you. During Elsa, we had 2 children that were missing. And I believe it was Mercy that went out and found one of the child. Well, both of them were found, but one of them was found in downtown Fort Myers in the rainstorm. So these dogs are incredible and they've done such a great job in finding children and other adults that have been lost. Between January and April, there were 218 people reported missing to the Lee County Sheriff's Office. 47 of those were Reunite members and all of them have been found. So that's quite an amazing statistics for us to share with everyone about this particular program. One of the things I'd like to bring up from a personal experience, I was a caregiver for my mother for 2 years. So I empathize and I understand everything on trying to keep your family member safe and from going outside and wandering away. It can happen in seconds. So a lot of people will also ask about a GPS tracker, which are wonderful. But as in my particular case, as my mother progressed through her disease, she wasn't wearing bracelets. She wasn't wearing necklaces. She wasn't wearing any sort of trackers. Not to mention that sometimes when we have those trackers, we forget to charge them. So this is just another level of protection of how we can find people that have wandered off. So you will see scent kits being distributed through Collier County and Charlotte County, which are wonderful, but they do not have the Reunite piece to it, which is the pre-enrollment and the recent picture that they have. Those 2 working together are drastically reduce the time and make a successful reunite of a family member that has been wandered off.
All right, wonderful. Priska, do you want me to show the video now?
I would love for you to show the video. This is a great video and it kind of pulls everything together.
Okay.
When you finally bring that loved one back unharmed and safe, there's no feeling in the world like it.
Two bloodhounds with the Lee County Sheriff's Office are reuniting families. They use their incredible sense of smell to track scents for miles.
The dogs are sisters. Their names are Maggie and Mercy. Mercy alone has rescued 2 kids in the past month.
In tonight's cover story, ABC 7's Amanda Lojeski gets more on how the Reunite program is helping to save lives.
It's a one-of-a-kind program, keeping kids safe and families together. This is Mercy. She's also one of the reasons why 2 different children are home safe tonight with their families.
Prisca Mendez-Asaro knows firsthand the worry.
I have a mother that has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and she has for about 7 or 8 years.
The worry of what may happen to your loved one with a cognitive condition. For her mother, there were times where she would wander.
And it's not necessarily that they're always running away. Sometimes it's by accident.
Mendez-Asaro is now the program manager for the Reunite Program, a partnership between the Lee County Sheriff's Office and the United Way.
It's having a device on a person that we know that possibly could be, have Alzheimer's, could be an endangered type adult where, the second they cross a threshold, we're notified.
The program implemented by Sheriff Carmine Marcino originated from Project Lifesaver.
You'd have to drive around, you'd have to place an antenna outside your patrol car, and you would hope that you would get a signal and a pitch sound that would tell you you're in a proximity of the person that would be lost, missing, or the person you're searching for.
The goal of the Reunite program, cut down emergency response time. And in Southwest Florida, minutes matter when it comes to finding a missing person.
We have 1,260 square miles of land and sea. So it's a big piece of geography that we cover.
So whatever we can do ahead of time to have these tools readily available for the Sheriff's Office is going to reduce the time to find those that tend to wander off.
Recently, 2 different missing and endangered children were found thanks to LCSO's canine Mercy.
Find your man.
But before Mercy jumps into action, it all starts with
This scent kit. First thing you want to do is collect the person's scent. Rub this gauze under your arm 10 times. Place the gauze in the jar and seal it shut. Then use a black or blue pen to fill out the information on the label. After that, store it in a safe place.
You keep it in your home. You can keep it refrigerated. That's where the strongest smell is going to be preserved.
For example, if you call 911 and say your loved one who is a program participant went missing, LCSO already has access to their profile and a recent picture. Because of that, they can start their search immediately with the help of canines like Mercy. Mercy is a bloodhound. She and her sister Maggie are used specifically to track a missing person.
They have the ability to hours or days later still catch that scent and still find someone that's lost, missing.
She hones in on the missing person's scent from the kit, a key to the program's recent success.
And when you finally bring that loved one back unharmed and safe, there's no feeling in the world like it.
In the 2 most recent cases, Mercy found both missing children who were enrolled in the free program safely, reuniting them with their families.
Bringing back a child, what a gift. To reunite that person with their loved ones and making certain that we do everything we can to keep people safe, it's priceless.
In Fort Myers, Amanda Lojeski. Good girl. ABC 7.
We just love those dogs, and ABC did such a fantastic profile of this program. So we are just so thankful for their partnership on that. I would just like to add that this program, these dogs can track the scent for miles. Sheriff Marcino, he mentions, hours and days. I mean, they are just amazing. So having that pure scent really allows them to utilize their abilities to the maximum, which is just so great. And Prisca, you talked about the, adults with Alzheimer's, dementia, children with autism, but we also believe that this program is for any child that's prone to wander. And so we're just so thrilled that we are able to offer this support system to the community and to provide that peace of mind. So thank you, Prisca.
All right, excellent. And so let's get on to the second piece of today's program, which is Beesley's Paw Prints. and take it away.
So the theme for this today's coffee talk are dogs, as you can see. So they help us in many, many ways. Other than finding people that are missing, they also do a great job in the community with visiting with different people that need, they bring a smile and they relax and they're very therapeutic. So we have quite a big team of volunteers, and we have a collaborative with CAC Children's Advocacy Center, as well as Gulf Coast Humane Society. And we all fall under the wonderful umbrella of Beesley's Paw Prints, which would not be in existence without our wonderful and admired loved friend, Carol Beesley, who is on the call with us today. So we have that honor. Carol, I want to thank you for being on the call with us. And I'd like to, give you a couple of minutes if you would like to kind of elaborate on the program and what your vision was when you helped to start this program.
Certainly. Well, of course, my love of animals was number one. And I know this is an idea that would greatly benefit the poor children that have been put in situations, no fault of their own, but, a niche that was really needed to be filled. And like I said, I'm here because of my love of animals and to get the children together with I think animals are very important I wish all children would be able to have a pet in the first place, but that's the reason I'm here. And like I said, the reason I'm able to be here is because of my parents' frugality and passing that on to me. And then when I was able to get together with Corey, could make sure that things kept going in the right direction. And there you have it. Now, I kind of feel my brother's influence with me also, because he was a psychiatrist and his favorite people to work with were young adults. And I can almost hear him in the background, saying, "You go, girl, this is really good." So everything has just exploded. In the beginning, it was just simply, putting the dogs together with the children in therapy. And then we've just kept moving on and on and on and expanding into different areas. And it's just been marvelous, just been wonderful. Everybody putting in their ideas and making things work. I can't tell you how happy I am about it and appreciative of everybody's hard work. And, especially the volunteers. And so there you have it.
Carol,
Thank you so much, Paul.
You are amazing for actually sticking with us this whole time, helping guide us through everything. And I just wanted to put out to everybody, imagine, if you will, I mean, nobody wants to imagine this, but you're a child. You've been through a horrific abuse situation. Reliving that is awful, but they need to go through that process with the psychiatrist, with law enforcement. They have to relive it. And Beesley's Paw Prints actually allows that to happen, but with the comfort of these therapy dogs that come into the sessions with the children. They can hug them and pet them and know that there's somebody there who's not judging them or looking at them, in any way that would make them feel even more uncomfortable in that situation. And so these therapy dogs are really making an absolutely horrible situation much more comfortable and better for the child. Ladies, I'm sure you want to add more, but I had to put that in there. Sorry.
No, that's wonderful, because that is such a strong point that you've made. And so kind of going into Beesley's Paw Prints, I worked for Lee Health for a few years, and I did volunteer management. And everyone knows that if you go into the hospital locally, you're going to see pet therapy within the hospital. What I like about this particular program, what I really enjoy and have a passion about, is we are able to extend it outside of the hospital system. So we're able to visit long-term care facilities. We're able to visit after-school programs, and 911 and circuit family courts, and many different areas that have not been reached before. Now a bigger amount of our community can benefit and enjoy a pet. There's so many folks out there, Carol, like you mentioned, children, but there's also adults that, due to a fall risk, they can't have a pet or they can't afford a pet. So to have a pet visit just brings so much happiness to their life. So you're probably wondering, how do you become a volunteer with Beesley's Paw Prints? Well, you will, on our website, United Way, Beesley is at unitedwaylee.org. We have information. All of our dogs are certified as therapy dogs. If they're not, we will be more than happy to guide you through the way. Then you are covered with liability insurance, and you have all of the training. We will help to orient you and help to place you in the right location. We have little dogs and big dogs. We have poodles or dogs that are hypoallergenic. So we have a wide variety of dogs that we can extend. And so we need more. We're having a lot more people, a lot of agencies, a lot of individuals that are wanting to have the love of a pet close to them. Now, keep in mind, as Carol said, and even Janine, is there's a lot of therapeutic locations that we go to. But we're also finding that some folks are wanting us to come to a staff meeting. When this pandemic was kind of slowing down there for a minute, there was a transition of people working from home, now coming into the office, trying to get back acclimated to the office. So bringing a dog in, or two or three, definitely helps to make that transition easier. I know from time to time our volunteers will just drop in at the office, and seeing these dogs just kind of has a great break in the day for us. And then we're able to, be even as productive as we were before. So we just, there's the dogs usually have to be about a year old, and they'll have to follow just some of the basic commands. If anyone out there is interested in just kind of see how this works, give us a call. We can definitely maybe have you shadow with us. We're usually located at every Yappy Hour here at Bell Tower. That's kind of a meeting place for us. So we are always recruiting for new teams to join us. We're also trying to extend out to Hendry and Glades County as well. Everyone needs a love of a dog. So share this with anyone that you have. It is probably one of the most wonderful feelings that you have. We made a visit to one of the long-term facilities. Jennifer Caroluzzi, who's the coordinator and does a great job with this, took some dogs out there, and at first nobody was really sure what was happening. She didn't get a lot of engagement, but probably by the third trip, people were coming out of their rooms, following her around in their walkers and their, in their wheelchairs, just wanting to get a glimpse and another, pet a dog. We've had children over at Gigi's Playhouse, if anyone's familiar with that. There are some children that are non-responsive. This last week, one of the participants there became responsive. The grandmother was just over the moon. She had not seen her granddaughter this responsive in quite some time, being engaged with the dog. So it is such a rewarding feeling. There's so many volunteer positions out there, and I am a strong advocate of volunteering because it helps the people in our community, but it helps you even more. It's definitely a cup of soup for your soul. So volunteer, give us a call, sign up. We can answer any questions. We can hold your hand and help you to navigate through the process. And if you want someone to come over and visit your location, or you think that there's a church group that could really benefit from this, please give us a call. We'd be more than happy to stop by.
Thank you, Priska. And I know we want to leave a few minutes for questions, but before we do, we would not have met Carol and had this wonderful program if it were not for our friend and future, current co-chair of our campaign, Corey Vertic. So I wanted to say, Corey, if you wanted to say a couple words about this program, you've seen it evolve over the years and have been a key factor of that.
Thank you. Thank you, Madison. I have been thrilled to see this program start and to grow. And one of the unexpected results of this program that I and none of us had seen, but I'm seeing now, is the branding of the Beesley's Paw Prints and promoting it as its own program is now spawning conversations with other people, and other people are coming to me wanting to start their own version of Beesley's Paw Prints. And so this is unleashing a wave of goodwill and opportunity in our community to make a difference. So it's in addition to all the wonderful benefits that are happening with the therapy dogs and all the other programs that Carol has started, we now have other people who want to follow in her footsteps and do what she's done. So Carol, you are an inspiration to all of us here, but people all over Lee County are being inspired by what you did. So good job. And to the United Way, and to, I'm going to make a shout out to Hannah, because she was the one who first came up with the idea for the Children's Advocacy Center program and brought that to Carol's and to my attention. And that started a wonderful ball rolling, and the rest of United Way has picked up that ball and just sent it all over the place. So thank you.
Thank you, Corey. One of my favorite stories about this is we had a team going to Lark, and one of the clients there was actually wheelchair bound. And she continued to see the therapy dog come, and she hadn't gotten out of her wheelchair. If memory serves me, it was months or even over a couple years. And so she was so entranced with the dog that she wanted to get out of her wheelchair to walk the dog. And it happened. I mean, that kind of stuff, I get goosebumps. You can't make that up. It's just a wonderful story, and just that connection of pets and humans, and the fact that we're able to do that. And so many people have pets as part of their family, and we want to make sure that anybody who wants to can get involved in this program. Do we have any questions at all about either program? No? Okay. Well, I just want to thank everyone again for joining us. We are actually recording all of these meetings. We will have a library of our coffee chats. And so if you happen to miss one that you really wanted to catch up with, you'll be able to go back and view that video, or you can share this video with anybody who you think may be interested in becoming a volunteer for Beesley's Paw Prints, or if you think that they could benefit from enrolling a loved one into the Reunite program. Again, you'll find all of these on our website. You can visit unitedwaylead.org, and you'll be able to find all the great information on these programs, how to reach out to Priska and her team. And you'll also find information on all of our other programs as well. And if I leave you with one thing today, it is to remember we have United Way 211, which is an information referral service for health and human services in our community. Please, if you know anybody who's in need, make sure they dial 211 or 239-433-3900, and our specialists will get them connected to the services available in our community to help meet their needs. Thank you again for your time this morning, and have a wonderful day.